Okay, so make sure I'm not covering audio. Alright, so I ran all the wiring, hooked everything up. The solenoid works. So I'm going to show you in this video how everything gets wired together because it's a little confusing on the instructions. So the kit I got is Enzor Car Security Systems Model EZ400. It comes with two of these remotes, a transmitter that's inside. I already put it up there, but I'll show you that in just a minute. And then it also comes with the two solenoids, buttons like this for the inside. You can mount somewhere, so you can open the door from the inside, but I'm leaving these here, so I'm just going to leave those in place. So I won't install these inside, I don't think. Not at this point anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Also, it comes with a waterproof backup button. That's not like this, but it's waterproof. It has a rubber cover on it, so you can put it outside in case the transmitter breaks or you lose your remote or whatever, so you can open the doors. Okay, so basically the instructions tell you here how to wire the solenoid, and that comes with the solenoid, and then these instructions come with the transmitter. The transmitter has a 4-pin connector, a 3-pin connector with wires, so we have two blue, or a blue and a green on the 4, and then there's also a red and a black. And then on this one, on the 3-pin one, there's actually only 2 wires, which is blue and green. So on the transmitter, the first wire is red, which is 12 volts. It actually shows right there, 12 volts, red wire. Black wire is negative ground. I'm hoping that you can see everything. I think you can. So red and black, obviously. And then you have output 3, output 4. And then on the 3-pin, you have output 1, and then 12 volt output, which actually is missing a wire. I don't have that middle one. So it only has a green and a blue, which is first and a third. And the first one is output 1, and the third is output 2. So the idea here is to have the remote, because it has 4 buttons on it, to have 4 outputs. So you can hook up four things to this remote. I actually folded up these 2 wires, and I'm not using them, the output 1 and output 2. And I programmed output 3 and output 4 to be my main 2 buttons. So this one will be the left door, the driver's door, and this is the passenger door. I'm also going to wire the back tailgate to this eventually, maybe. So the wires are there, transmitter's there. All I need to do is run a wire to the tailgate and get one of those solenoids for it. So once you hook all this up, the 12 volt I plugged into the fuse panel. There's actually a battery output. You could plug one of these flat connectors. I don't have any extra ones to show you. But it just goes in right where the fuse would go in. So that's 12 volt negative. I attached to the body. Just put a screw in there. So I got a nice negative there. And then, so outputs, output 3 and 4 are the ones I'm using. So I'll show you where those go. And then there's also dip switches that are located on the edge right here. And each switch is for each of the outputs. So you have output 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you switch it all the way to the right, it's on demand. Meaning when you press a button, as long as you hold the button, the solenoid will pull. The middle one is latch on latch. That actually, what does that do? Oh, that actually, when you press once, it pulls it. When you press the second time, it releases it. So, and then the left, if you push it to the left, it's timed pulse, meaning that when you press it, it'll hold it for whatever amount of time your deal is set up to pull for. So there's this little variable adjustment for time pulse output. It's a little spinning dial. You need to use a small screwdriver to adjust it to the right or to the left, and that basically gives you from 1/10 of a second to 30 seconds. So you can adjust how long you want it to hold. So I put all mine to the right, so it's on demand, so as long as I push the button, it'll hold the solenoid down. That's going to work for me perfectly. So that's all there is on this. Now for the outputs, so we're dealing with wire, blue wire and a green wire. For those, it actually outputs a negative pulse, or negative, let's see, what does it say right here? Negative ground, 500 milliamps, or half amp of ground. So there's no voltage going through here. I was trying to figure out how to hook this up, and I was measuring it with my voltmeter, and nothing was coming through, and I couldn't figure out what's going on. But then, if you look at this diagram, you'll see that it shows right here, negative output from existing keyless or alarm. That actually is the wire it's talking about. So it's one of these negative wires that's going to go in and go into the relay. And this relay, and I'll actually, let's see, it's these guys right here. This relay has 5 wires coming out of it, but we're not using the middle one, so I just have it cut off like this. Okay, so 85, there's actually numbers on the outputs, on the pins, on the relay. So 85 is the ground, so that's my white wire. And then 87, that's the yellow one over here. That one goes directly to the solenoid. And then both 86 and 30, which are the blue and the black, they both go to the positive battery. So I actually have it plugged into a battery output in the fuse panel there too. So, and then the negative on the solenoid actually gets its negative or ground from the body of the panel that you attach it to. So these are my two relays, one for the right door, one for the left door. I only have one positive or one battery wire going from the fuse panel to both of these, and I have them hooked up like this. So I have one coming in, and it splits to put it into each of these right here, and then I use another splitter like that to put the black wire and attach it to the blue one, and the same thing on here. So I have a split here, a split here, a split here, and it goes into one. Red ones are cut off, yellow ones are hooked up to the solenoids, and then the white is hooked up to the negative output from the transmitter. Let me show you what I got going on under there. It's not pretty, I didn't clean anything up, so I just wanted to show you how I hooked it up. Alright, so there's my, hope you can see that. This is my positive going to the transmitter, and it's plugged into the fuse panel right there. And this is a positive that goes to the relays. And then I got an emergency or a backup button hooked up in a secret place. I won't tell you where it is, but it goes under the hood to the battery using this wire through the firewall. And I had to dig through this cover to get a wire into the door through this little jacket or whatever it's called, into the door. And so this is the solenoid. It'll pull a cable, this cable, hope you can see that. This cable goes up and is going to pull the latch. Yeah, it's a disgusting looking latch. I'm going to replace that eventually, but for now we're going to use what's here. So there's that. I attached it to the body like this. I'm going to replace these bolts with good looking ones later on. Alright, what else? The emergency button. You can imagine how it all hooks up. The wire goes to the emergency button and then goes to the battery. So when the button is pressed,